Andrew, it was Monday afternoon. We had the first of the 8 head coaching openings filled when the Packers hired Matt LaFleur, the offensive coordinator from the Tennessee Titans. I hadn't even heard that he interviewed. Maybe I just had missed it and wasn't really surprised, expecting that. And then it kind of came out of the blue right before the college football playoff national championship game. And I wanted to get your reaction, obviously, as a longtime executive for the Packers.
Yeah, Ross, good day. And this was one where I thought, oh, my God, the Packers hired a coach, and I wasn't involved in it. So the past 3 coaches they hired, Ray Rhodes, Mike Sherman, and Mike McCarthy, I was involved. I was there. So this was an interesting one because, obviously, I haven't been there in a long time, and Mike McCarthy was there 13 years. But here we go. Like you said, not a lot of word out on this guy, which is a good thing. I think that his agent or he is not sort of filling the airwaves with information that get his name out there and those kind of things. You can see what's going on, Ross. There's now a new tree, and it's not the Andy Reid tree or the Mike Holmgren tree or the Bill Belichick tree or the Bill Parcells tree. It's kind of the Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan tree. And maybe that will grow some branches because it just seems like that's the next, and that's what Mark Murphy and Brian Gutekunst were impressed with. So, like you, not heard much about him, so you look into him and you see time with the Redskins when RG3 had his best year. You see time with the Falcons when they were rolling on offense. And, of course, you see a year in both the Rams with McVay and, of course, the Titans. So, I'm sure that got the attention. Got the right look, got the right age, young, 39. And I'm sure the Packers were attracted to all of that. Listen, they were the second team of the 8 to have an available opening after the Browns. And I would assume they went to work over a month ago. And here's what they came up with. Time will tell. But all indications this will be good for the Packers, good for Aaron Rodgers, good for their offense, make them an exciting team.
It certainly seems like they have a type, too. I saw somebody on Twitter that it was most of their hires, like Holmgren, McCarthy, Sherman, were all guys that had only been a coordinator for like a year or two.
Yeah, that is interesting. Again, when I was involved with Sherman and McCarthy, and there was that, I don't know what you want to call it, that newness, that freshness to them. And they'd only coordinated for a year, and they were so excited, and it was going to be the next with them. And they were talking about their offensive strategies that were the boundaries and the perimeters and working that side of the field, and an opportunity to now take it to the next level. And I think I'm going to add another name in besides Nagy too, but besides McVay and Shanahan in terms of creativity. And, the other name we look at is Frank Reich, because now you've got a young coordinator coming off and running his own show. And look at that. And the Colts are the talk of the league right now. So, maybe that adds to it as well. Everyone's looking for that kind of person. And yes, I also think this, Russ, despite this newfound attention to defense this last weekend, I think these teams still want offense in terms of their coach. I really do. I don't think you're going to get the stern-jawed defensive coach hardly at all anymore. I just think that's where the league's going, and that's what sells.
Andrew, we also, I think we might have touched on it momentarily last week, but I wanted to get your reaction to the fact that there's not a single GM opening. Even though there's a lot of places where people thought with the Jets, the Bucks, the Cardinals, just to name a few, maybe even the Jaguars, that there would be an opening at GM. What's your read on the fact that there was at least 8 head coach openings, but not a single GM opening?
This is the constant tension, no matter how you try to ameliorate it and resolve it between coaching and management. And coaching is very immediate focus.